Hi there, I'm Phil, and welcome to another of my neglected gems, where I take a brief look at a film that I think has fallen through the cracks of film history and deserves a second look. Today, we're looking at the original Bedazzled. Now, this is not the 2000 film starring Brendan Fraser. That is an American remake of this original English classic from 1967. It stars Peter Cook and Dudley Moore, and was written by Peter Cook from a story by Peter Cook Dudley Moore, who were a comedy duo in England.
You know, I was here last week, Peter. I don't know if I told you, in the zoo.
Yes, you did.
I saw her. Did I?
Yes,
oh.
yes.
Yeah, and I saw...
I was here with you.
I saw...
Many of my American viewers will know Dudley Moore best from films like 10 or Arthur, perhaps. This is well before that. This is in fact the first real movie that both of them had been in, and it's basically a modern day, for 1967, version of Faust, where Peter Cook plays the devil, or
Beelzebub, Lucifer, Prince of Darkness.
And Dudley Moore is the hapless Stanley Moon, and the only thing he wants in life is to be able to talk to Margaret, the Eleanor Bron character, the girl he's in love with.
For 6 years now, ever since you came to Wimpy's, I've been in love with you. I only live to hear your voice.
1 cheeseburger, 1 shanty, 1 portion French fries.
And so he sells his soul to the devil to make that happen.
I, Stanley Moon, hereinafter and in the hereafter to be known as the damned. The damned?
It's a form of words, legal jargon.
But the devil, of course, plays tricks.
Your tricks are so blooming dismal.
I know, Stanley. Don't rub it in.
And poor Stanley never quite gets what he wants. Eleanor Bron plays Margaret. She's wonderfully cast, I think, because she's both beautiful and sexy, while also being very homely and ordinary at the same time.
Do you like it?
Yes. Isn't it lovely, Randy?
Yes.
Stanley Moon would not go for Raquel Welch, who appears in the film as Lust.
Oh, I love a man who knows what he wants.
She's out of his league.
Who was that?
Didn't she introduce herself? That's Lillian Lust, the babe with the bust.
But Eleanor Bron as Margaret is very much in his league and the kind of girl that you can imagine him actually falling for. And she does well to play the alternate versions of Margaret, that each of the scenarios that Peter Cook's devil puts Stanley into.
The magic words, Julie Andrews.
This is quintessential Peter Cook and Dudley Moore humour. If you know what they're like from the various TV shows that they've done and albums that they've made from back in the day, you understand this dry humour that Peter Cook in particular writes. Dudley Moore, of course, is charming, as always. He also wrote the music for the film. He's also a very accomplished pianist and composer in his own right, working with the Dudley Moore Trio. And this includes a pretty credible send-up of pop stars and pop music from the time.
I'm on my knees, won't you please come and love me?
And the film, of course, was directed by Stanley Donen. Now, Stanley Donen goes way back to the classic Hollywood musicals, the MGM musicals with Gene Kelly, starting with On the Town and Singing in the Rain, for God's sake, and Funny Face and Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
7 brides for 7 brothers.
So he has a background in theatre and then musical movies. But then by the 1960s, people weren't making as many musicals, and his career took an interesting turn where he was doing much more dramatic films and more comedies of this nature. Very different sort of things. That said, when you're directing a film written by and starring Peter Cook and Dudley Moore, you probably don't have to do very much. You let them have their way. There's also some wonderful cameos here from Raquel Welch, as I mentioned, as Lust, and also Barry Humphries as Envy.
Hello.
The 7 deadly sins are all there. And while certain aspects of the film are a bit dated, admittedly, it's 1967, this is in the middle of the hippie movement, and in England at this time, 1967, that's the year of Sgt. Pepper's. That's the swinging 60s of Carnaby Street in London. So it's a wonderful time capsule of that in some sense.
I'm a vital part of his plan. I provide the evil.
Those nice, gentle flower people grooving along quietly, and you have to come and mess it up.
There are certain jokes in this film that may not work for you, but there are others I think that still hold up very effectively. Seeing Dudley Moore as a nun, for one thing, always makes me laugh. So do check out, if you can, the original Bedazzled from Peter Cook and Dudley Moore, directed by Stanley Donen. The two of them work so well together in this film, and it's wonderful to see them both at the height of their powers as a comedy duo.
Are you telling me that everything you've ever said is a lie?
Everything I've ever told you has been a lie, including that.
Including what?
That everything I've ever told you has been a lie. That's not true.
If you'd like to learn more about filmmaking, check out my book, linked below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
I'm self-contained. Just go away.